I heard women complaining that they will be losing their period when they go on the carnivore diet. Is this going to happen to you? It did happen to me. So let's talk about this. I am Sylvia. I'm a carnivore diet coach. Welcome back to my channel. The short answer is yes, you can lose your period if you severely restrict your calories. And it doesn't only apply to the carnivore diet. You can do any other diet if it is very severely restricting calories and you do it for extended period of time, you can lose your period. I did. I'm doing the carnivore diet for the last 5 years, and in that period I had problems with my menstrual cycle twice, and mostly because I just wasn't hungry. And that usually happens with the paleoketogenic diet, PKD, where you are in ketosis over 2 or around 2, and you eat fat to protein ratio 2:1. You eat about half a pound of meat a day, and that's a lot. But another thing that happens over a period of time, you really feel so satiated with all the fats that you are eating that you just lose appetite. And that is when I start losing tremendous amounts of weight. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm 5'8" and I'm currently 130 pounds. But when I get to 126 pounds, that is when my period stops. To bring back my period is nothing problematic. As soon as I start adding more calories or simply come out of ketosis and I just eat a lot of meat, fat, and carbohydrates, I start gaining weight. And as soon as I get to 128 pounds minimum, then my period returns, ovulation resumes, and everything comes back to normal. This usually happens to me, meaning the losing of the period, if I just don't pay enough attention and I enjoy being in ketosis for too long and I enjoy losing weight. I was like, this is so easy and I'm 45. Like the carnivore diet works so well. It works so well. You lose so much weight that you can lose your period. But it did happen to me in the past as well, when I was on the vegan diet and I was on a very calorie restricted diet when I was trying to lose a lot of weight. And in those instances also I lost my cycle because I lost too much weight, not because I was eating all the meat in the world. Another very popular way to mess up your cycle is to do lots of intermittent fasting or fasting at the wrong time in your cycle. I mastered intermittent fasting 4 years to the point that I started losing my period because I was too good at fasting and I was doing it at the wrong time. And a lot of my clients, oftentimes recovering vegans and then doing intermittent fasting and then fasting, tell me the same thing, that if you do too much of it at the wrong time, you will end up losing your cycle or messing it up. Like it either gets much longer than it should or it is really short, like 20 days, 21 days. So yeah, with the calorie restriction, not the carnivore diet itself, you can change how your hormones fluctuate and you can cause yourself a loss of period. From my own experience and experiences of my clients, I did not see ever the change in the menstrual cycle being a permanent change. So if you are worried that once you lose your period, it's gone forever, it shouldn't happen this way. As soon as you reestablish the required caloric intake for your body, the periods tends to resume. Well, first the ovulation comes back and then your cycle normalizes and then your period comes back. I would say for women, the major side effect of carnivore diet is that you will lose a lot of weight, especially if you are doing carnivore diet with ketosis, where most of your calories come from fat. You tend to lose tons of weight, especially if you go past like 3, 4, 5 months. There's just almost like no limits to how much weight you can lose. But that's where the trade-off happens. You can lose so much weight that your menstrual cycle will stop because you will be just not eating enough calories to support all the metabolic and hormonal activities of your body. So to make sure your cycle stays consistent, be sure to eat adequate amounts of calories, so eat to satiety. If you are doing carnivore diet with ketosis or you are doing PKD to address specific chronic disease, just be mindful that if you're a woman, you have to pay also attention to your cycle. And if you do lose too much weight, sometimes you might have to sometimes might be just enough to get out of ketosis, just eat more proteins. And sometimes you have to introduce some honey or some fruit. That is typically what I do when I need to gain weight quickly, and that usually takes care of all of my problems. I hope this has been helpful. If you know of somebody that is considering going on the carnivore diet, send them this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit that notification bell. Check out all the links that I put in the description box, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.